Hope you're ready to join me on a beautiful day in the Florida Keys. It's quite windy. You might be able to see some white capping in this video later as I get across the other side. I'm gonna do this one take. Some people love this, some people hate this. I'm not the most comfortable in my skin doing this at times, but 4 hours unedited. We just launched our kayak on this bridge here. So what I do love about fishing around here, there's some great action and opportunities, even on the little bridges. And you know, first and foremost, gotta warn you, I don't think we're gonna see many large fish today. This is not but you know what? Action might be off the chain today. So I've got a lot of the lighter tackle with me. Hoping we're gonna catch a bunch of fish we haven't caught before. That's always kind of what I love doing on these little bridges. From Porkfish to hitting bridge pilings, you're gonna see the good, a lot of bad, and hopefully I can keep this entertaining enough. You know, I only do mostly edited videos, so I'm gonna have to be wiping camera lenses, telling you what's going on. Gotta fill in some gaps today. So got an incoming tide going into the Gulf here. This is my first cast. Let's try to get a little closer to those pilings. You know what? Let's drop anchor. 6 feet of water. Might be good to move. I installed one of these anchor wizards, so I've been kind of into it. Right. I hope it's not too noisy though. I didn't really think about that part, but maybe it'll be all right. This is a pretty big bridge actually, so maybe dropping anchor wasn't. I didn't want to get sucked into the eddy there too quickly, but I have to fight my way out of the bridge pilings. Hope we catch a couple fish. And that anchor's holding perfectly in this current. I do wish this might have been more of a primo spot, though. I guess it might not be right now. So we're at 8 feet. I'm just casting, hitting bottom. And then we gotta come in at a certain angle, bring it down this way. It's one of these things I don't know. Came out here Wednesday of last week. My rudder broke. So I've been actually just doing a lot of on-the-road maintenance. I guess maybe I'll show you my jerry-rigged rudder later. But yeah. Boy, I haven't had a bite yet. I don't like that one bit. Is it this Ned rig maybe? Oh no, what did I do? Sorry to drag you guys along on this video. Seems like it's going to be more of a snooze fest than later. Well, usually fish these bridges, you know, once or twice on my trips to the Keys, especially on these windier days where it's blowing kind of like east or northeast. They're really well protected out of those wind directions, but sometimes they're actually kind of decent. You know, they do still get a decent amount of water exchange through them, but I'm imagining they do get the most fishing pressure for the most, you know, just an easy hit of anything that's floating. And it's pretty obvious just to let a chum bag out and fish the back of the bridge piling. But either way, this little set or whatever we decided to stop on here is not the way. So just crank up that anchor. Oh man, I like this thing. I've only used it a couple times so far. But basically that rope's gonna run to the back of the kayak where I drop the anchor. All right. Seems like I picked the wrong tool. I thought this thing would get bit pretty easily. Okay. There is a lot of real estate. Maybe they're outside the bridge? Somewhere there? You never know. It's 10 feet, so it's not very deep. They could also be on the back side. Okay, maybe I got too close. I want to stay in a little bit more of that eddy. Got to think about bull sharks here, I guess, occasionally. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. What is this fish? Okay. Crevalle jack. Jack crevalle. Really an aggressive fish. It's one of my favorite fish to catch when I just got the opportunity in life to fish in Florida. Don't have much food value, but in terms of like going fishing, man, they are one of the best. So this is the next span over here. I could drop anchor. I kind of think dropping anchor should work. It's not something I do too often. Oh, we got another one. Oh, I lost him. Dang. Got 2 bites on that cast. Unfortunately, the anchor did not grab this time. The first time I dropped down. What kind of fish we have here? Okay, that is a yellow jack. It's not a very large one at all. If I get some of the bigger ones, so I don't like the jack crevalles that had kind of that more bluntish face. This one's got a, I don't know, looks more like an amberjack, I guess. And these you can eat. But for whatever reason, my anchor did not hold just now, so let's reel that up. Yeah. A 4-pound anchor. It's a grapple anchor. Maybe I didn't deploy it properly. Kayak anchoring is a new game to me, so not too familiar with it. Wow, this hole's deep, 15 feet. Oh my goodness. Yeah, bull shark might be a problem in here. Here's what I did wrong. I just drifted my kayak over this hole. I honestly don't like that personally. Bunch of fish in here, man. This little Ned rig's kind of cool. Getting some bites down there though. It's a different type of this is a crevalle. It looks a little different, I think. Oh gosh. It's like the eyes are bigger. Is that me? No, it's a crevalle. Damn. No, it's definitely got a different eye. I think. I don't know. That's what you get these Z-mans for sometimes. Something looked like a puffer fish. Took a chunk out of it. Pretty good for that reason. But this might be all jacks up in here. It could be a tricky thing sometimes to get through. I'm suspecting these are going to all be jacks. Man, it's beautiful. I don't know if that's coming out on camera. That looks like it's an RV that it washed out from one of the RV parks, maybe during the hurricane. A little bit of flooding and picked up. I don't know. Minnows. We had a few bites here, but nothing crazy. I'm still marking a bunch of fish. I put the kayak over this hole though. We're gonna have to probably come back to it in 10 minutes. That's actually a lot of how the fishing ends up being for me. You know, I mistakenly run over the fish that I'm trying to hook and make a move, and I realize, okay, now I can go get them. These could be all these small jacks though. What is that? Oh, a little mutton. It's a mutton snapper. These Z-mans will hold up pretty fine. So I gotta do this one thing that's gonna be annoying too. Is, yeah, we gotta check that camera lens to make sure I didn't spray it with a fish splash. I wonder if they're more about orienting to like the shadow line, especially at night. I bet that's a big deal, but I wonder during the day if that's almost as important. Probably not, but still might have a degree of importance. I figured this profile looked like a small lobster or something like that, but it's not. Ooh, got it. Nope. I'm gonna make one more cast and make a move then. This thing fouled up. You know, let's add some scent. Maybe that makes a difference. Blue crab procure. I don't know if fish can tell the difference between their crab scents, but all I know is crab scent's always good. Those mutton snappers I filleted the other day had like some kind of small sand crabs in them. Woohoo! Really want to anchor up here and try to get a good position where I can cast into these pilings and not really spook these fish. I really want to try to do here. I also don't know if I want to commit to just casting jacks. All right, let's make a move. What we'll do is we'll try to come back here with a little more stealth, I think. Don't like how I approached all that, but maybe that shows up on the sonar. There's a bunch of jacks and other fish here. I think I could do this a little bit more appropriately with the other bridge piling here. This is a shark leader? Is that what that is? I don't have anything to cut that, unfortunately. It doesn't look electrical. That's the next thing that went through my head. Good grab. Got some of these gulps here. Come on, Kayak, grab it, grab it, grab it. Okay. No, I'm not grabbing. First spot I grabbed, no problem. Here, I wonder if there's just too much current, maybe? Well, I don't know why my anchor's not grabbing. Yeah, it's not. I don't want to have that in the water if I need to get bail on an emergency. Oh. I think that's a margate. Did I gut hook this guy? Yeah. It's close. Oh, this is dangerous. I don't do this properly here. I think we figured it out to not get sucked into these tubes. That's why reverse is awesome, right? Oh man, it's already messy. I'm trying to anchor up, thinking I could anchor up nice and neatly and sit there, sit pretty on a spot. I think I see what happened with my anchor though, why it's not grabbing any consistently. Ooh, got him. Oh, I missed him. Probably got a weak hook on there, honestly. Some mangrove snappers. Get that back. No, Gulp's biodegradable, but still not necessarily the right thing to do. Plus it gets a save 10 cents. So these are the 3-inch Gulp minnows. Yeah, just really an awesome, throw it around. Oh, suck. If you're still watching, they're an awesome buy sometimes. You can find a pack of these things for 10 bucks, and that's in that big tub. And I usually just keep them in the car somewhere where they won't spill. And they're just good at catching fish. You know, catch a lot of little fish, but they'll catch some good stuff too. I think this is going to be the strategy here. Only I can get my anchor to hold there. Ooh. Better. Oh, it broke me off. It was a good thump, man. Did he break me off? Oh, he pulled the hook on me. There was a thump there, actually. There's no nonsense there. Could have been a small grouper or something like that, though. Getting a lot of bites back there, though. Really want that anchor to stick. You have no idea. This would be a lot easier. Gosh. Pull me all over the place. What is that? Whoa. It's a pretty good size one of those things. I've never tried eating one of these. The margate? Hang on, I might give this a try. I like the white grunts we have in the North Carolina. Let me zip around here. Come on. My rudder is not in perfect working order right now, so it's not turning as easily as I want it to. I'm going to keep this guy. I want to give one a try. Yeah, it's a margate, right? Black margate. Doesn't have a size limit, I know that. We have white grunts in North Carolina, and they look very similar. The white grunts, yeah, he's about 12 inches. So, I'll give it a try. I do want a fish or two for dinner, so I got a margate and a yellowjack. That's cool. Want to bleed him out. But yeah, you can see he's got a decent sliver of meat. And I know there's no regulation on that guy. I've never caught one that big before, so that's new to me. I guess since we're out here in this land over here, let's check this camera too. Still watching? I guess I could fill in the details how I end up in the Keys every year. That might be an interesting story a little bit too, while we. So, Lucky Elias. It's really the moral of the story here is. Let's see if this thing grabs, man. It grabbed the first drop, no problem. But basically, there's an anchor that runs back there. And I'm hoping I can get it to grab here. This will be perfect instead of trying to pedal, back pedal. Especially seems like the fish are biting against the current, no issues. I'm sure if I hook anything decent, it's gonna pull me off, but. I think it needs to like hit a chunk of coral or something like that. It's kind of working. It's not really working. Pedals. We're gonna have to pedal. Maybe I'm holding here. Hang on. Sorry. I'm very sorry. 24 minutes in. I hope you guys like this, man. We're going fishing in the Florida Keys, catching whatever we, want to catch a fish for dinner. I'll tell you how that margate is in the next. Oh, I think we helped. I hope it actually holds up. after I start hooking fish. That's where you'll get pulled off, is when you start hooking fish. But one nice hit there. That was definitely like a small grouper. Maybe it was a bigger mangrove snapper. There are some like 15, 16-inch mangrove snappers on these bridges. So, nah, as soon as I start, like, that anchor slipped again. Dang. Oh, there's something. There's a bull shark here. There's got to be one. I feel like there's a good chance there's one. All right, that anchor's not grabbing. Or it's not holding even, rather. What is that? Jack crevalle? Yeah. Usually I can't start catching some of these yellow jacks too, though. Maybe I'm holding now. I don't know, I sound paranoid about scaring fish, and I've seen these mutton snappers and these yellowtails on the ledges and stuff, and I'm like, whoa, they know you're there. They really do, very quickly. So stealth is everything. Gotta let a spot rest, clear water. These fish are around predators and anglers, probably more predators than anything. There's sharks constantly in their vicinity, so something like this, real scary to them, I'm guessing. All right, that did not hold for the duration I was hoping for. Oh, I'm so sorry. But anyway, why is fishing end up in the Keys? Well, he luckily married into a relationship that had a timeshare here. Coincidence? I know you might be one of these guys watching that's like, a timeshare. LOL. Well, besides that, it really helped me realize. Actually, I'll tell you the truth. My first year or two, I was kind of frustrated with the Keys because I found it to be so hard to figure out what to do. Because, I try to fish like a boat very often, because the boaters all use their chum bags and anchoring. And I had some luck doing it, but it was really tough. Because one of the main reasons was, sharks, keeping bait alive, all these things were not easy for me at first. What's that? It's another margate. This one's definitely smaller. Yeah, all these things were really tough to do. So I got frustrated doing it. I had success, don't get me wrong. But I felt like I at least found what's very practical for me to go catch a couple mutton snappers or yellowtail. And that's really just being efficient on the water and knowing how to kind of understand when a spot might be done, when it's time to move on. There's a lot of little nuances that took a while. These pilings here do have a lot more life, but fewer jacks too. I mean, it's pretty much a bite every cast if I'm landing in the right zone. That's for sure. What's that? More of these guys. Kind of wonder what I missed. That first cast into that piling was the best one. Back up here. This fish I missed. And this is where that autopilot was kind of cool. But, the autopilot is just so heavy, and I like it. I do like it as a fishing platform, but I really prefer this EPDL. I don't talk about it too much lately, but I think it's more to the point of, like, I think the EPDL is my favorite fishing platform for most things. There's no perfect kayak at the end of the day, but this one's a pretty good one. Oh, pulled him. I think that was a mangrove snapper. Trying to multitask too much. So at home, it's hard to tell that I'm probably getting. You can see that this current's pushing me, and I don't want to get pushed into these bridges too much. One, it's obviously a little bit of that danger aspect to it. But number two, you're going to scare the fish. It's 7 feet of water right there. I also don't like how I did that cast. That's a cast to break off. I don't want to retie jigs much if I can avoid that. I also wonder why my anchor did not hold on my last adventure there. Should I try it again? All right, let's try it again. Smaller. Oh. Small fish pull the hooks on them pretty often. That did feel very small. Still on that same Gulp minnow though. There's a lot of these things here. Actually, that's not a margate. Excuse me. I think that's a sailor's choice. I realized that before. Oh man, I'm almost holding, but not really. That zone definitely had a lot of life. A few less jacks too. Depth was about the same, but I think the current was just strong enough there. This feels a little milder. Yeah, that anchor's just not getting it done, man. All right, I'll stop messing with it. I'm sure it's annoying to watch me fiddle with it. Okay. What other fish have I caught here? Caught a lot of I've caught porkfish. I think they call them sturgeon fish. I've caught a lot of just fun stuff on these bridges, especially with Gulp. Yeah, this is a lot more lively than the next bridge over that I did the other day. Okay, there's a lot of grunts on these spans here though. We'll keep moving. So this one is a Key West grunt. That's a different type. I don't think they get too big. Okie dokie. This braid here is 10-pound braid. I love these new Fuegos, man. For $100, they are really great reels. Almost tell the difference between the bites between these grunt species. Definitely have a very particular take. I mean, one of the joys of this too, obviously, it's great to be out of the wind on a 20-mile-an-hour wind day. The other thing too is really have it to myself. You know, occasionally I might see a kayak or something like that, but the thing is, most of the boaters, I mean, why bother with something like this in a place like the Keys, right? Now that to me is just fine. I will take the inferior fishing spots every day of the week, as long as I can have them in peace and enjoy myself. Make this enjoyable. Cook it up a little bit. There you go. All right, let's make a move. So this one's got a lot of these guys. I'm gonna check that lens right now too. They're cool looking too though. Yeah, maybe somebody who's in the Keys right now can, or has been in the Keys and is watching this because they wish they were back in the Keys, knows what that is. I should check the local papers and see too what they, I'm sure there's something about it out there too. All right. These jig heads here, these are 1/4 ounce BKK silent chasers. Pretty good jig heads. I mean, that hook's decent. It's not the best, but it's got like a #1 hook on there. And there's all sorts of tangles up in these power lines here. And I don't know what happened there. Probably a mess to clean up too later. All right. Got a margate for dinner. Lucky me. Only thing that's really lucky about that margate is, oh fuck. Freaking, see, didn't turn around properly. The thing about that margate is it's only me who needs to eat. I had to feed a lot of people, not a margate, I'm sorry, the Sailor's Choice. Margate's different, I think those are further offshore. They're cool looking, I've never caught one of those things. Big grunts, like 10-pound plus. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to catch those near the 1 to 3 mile mark, but yeah, those things look cool too. I could jump on the beach and fix that anchor. I think I know what's wrong with it and why it's not grabbing. But maybe later I'll deal with it. We're fishing just fine without it, but it's more of it's an OCD thing for me. I was like, oh, it'd be really nice to just anchor up and chill and see what's doing that way. Probably a lot of debris here. See the old railroad bridge has got all this stuff hanging off of it. So there's a couple of fish there. Bet you the debris is a bit more significant. Keep dropping them. I don't know what that was. Oh, we're holding here actually. Yeah, I can feel it. I'm holding actually. Let's give this a minute. There's another one of those grunts. Oh no, look at that mess. All right. It's the thing you don't see in the edited videos, right? When I really do something like that. Wow, that actually untangled a lot easier than we thought it was going to. When the fish throws the jig back at you, that's your tangle. Especially these lighter lines, man. Oh, no. Can I do it? I'm only 37, right? To some viewers, you might think I'm 100. But to other viewers, yeah, I'm still pretty young, but I'm definitely noticing some lighter lines, getting harder to see. I remember my dad started wearing glasses. Oh, did you see that? I don't know if that was an eagle ray or something like that. He just went, pew. That's cool. Where's this guy going? I think it's a small jack again. No, I was sitting on anchor. I was really sitting there for a second. Got to reevaluate that anchor situation. Hey, I think that would be a keeper. 10 inches is the minimum size. Honestly, I'm not going to keep a 10-inch mangrove though. I don't find the 10 inches. They're only good fried whole. Let go. All right, well, I usually keep but if we're keeping score, that's an 11-inch mangrove. All right. And I'm really keeping that margate out of curiosity. Gosh, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get in trouble. Fish purists, that sailor's choice, because I'm just really curious to see how that tastes. Mangroves are good, but I really find I like them around 14 inches quite a bit more, because that's when they get a little bit more of that filleting size. So this week and next week I'm staying in Marathon. My wife gets down here 2 Saturdays from now, so I just sniped such a good deal on a great looking place to stay, so I kind of just said, let's try it. I've never stayed in Marathon before. I actually really like it. I really like Marathon. I don't know how it is for boat fishing, but for kayak fishing, it's pretty good. It's got pretty good access. I'm sure it gets better the closer to Key West you get, but fishing wise. But me, compared to everywhere else I've fished in my life, to me it's not really about the spots or I wouldn't say spots, how should I phrase it? It's about having the most amount of public access that is usable for your type of angler. Whether you're a shore-bound angler, and in my case, I'm kayak fishing, right? I like kayak fishing. I don't like boat fishing that much. It's got its time and place, right? But 5 out of 7 days of the week, I prefer to be in a kayak, right? So it's all about having that usable access for the kayak and optimized kayak fishing, in my opinion. So very few places quite like the Keys in that regard, where it's really just that optimal to be in a kayak. And I can't imagine how good the fishing is here in a boat if I find it that impressive on a personal level from the kayak. And I've never scratched the surface of kayak fishing in the Keys, because I haven't targeted tarpon much. I've caught a few, but I haven't really gone when the tarpon run's prime. I still have not caught a permit from the kayak. And what is the other fish? There's a lot of fish I still haven't caught from my kayak. I'm surprised we didn't get a yellow jack yet. Wonder how the warmer summer has affected this fishery too. It's been a weird year in most places when you ask around about how fishing's been in 2024, and I would agree with that. So things are just probably getting to their typical fall temperatures around here, late fall temperatures. Oh, whoa, look at that pinfish. I know you. I catch you in North Carolina. That's a pinfish, right? Yeah, that is a pinfish. They look different out here in the Keys though, right? Jealous? I was with Zach, buddy Zach, last April. I think he got one like 12, 13 at one of the... Sometimes in North Carolina in the spring, you can catch some monster pinfish inshore. But anyway, we have to reset our anchor. So that definitely slowed my speed down, but I noticed still the closer and closer I got to these bridge pilings, the worse and worse my catch got. So it makes me think my confirmation bias about stealth being important. Fishing's been pretty good though so far, right? I mean, by my standards, rather. And do a slow reverse out of here. So it seemed like dropping anchor slowed me down quite a bit. Wasn't the bullet we were hoping for. I wonder if I might maybe just need a heavier anchor. This current's not that bad though. It's maybe a half mile an hour. There's a lot of these smaller fish here though. Another Key West grunt. I was hoping that was a porkfish when I saw how yellow he was. Let's do a 360 here. I'd have to bust out the paddle. So my buddy Justin does a lot of these uncut videos, and kind of like that idea of them too. Honestly, I'm just not the best, like, I'm not great at just talking. When it takes a minute to get me going. Like, I think I start fishing and go out there and I'm too much in my own head, which is fine as long as I'm enjoying it, right? That's kind of sometimes the point too. But then to really branch out and start talking my head off, that's a different thing for me. Like, it taps into a different side of me that isn't very natural for me. I don't mind it, but I feel like I need to be in a setting where I'm really digging what I'm doing, that I can kind of get that feeling out of me at least. Okay, there's definitely a bunch of fish there too. Oh, missed both of them. Come on. Oh, double whammy. And I get these longer videos aren't for everybody, but it seems like in terms of the stuff I do, they seem to be the most popular, honestly. And it's, yeah, I guess every now and then it's nice to hear me ramble about my thoughts. I don't know. Put in the car, listen to somebody fishing. I guess everybody on YouTube, like, I don't watch too many fishing channels, but I watch a lot of stuff sometimes, and it's every now and then it is really interesting to hear the stories of how people got to, either YouTube, whatever YouTube it is, right? If you're YouTube and you're making a living YouTubing, like, what was your journey? Most people didn't do it because they were, Mr. Beast types that were like, oh, I just want to make the best and longest content. And there are a lot of people, in that fishing world now that really they're super focused on the content. And who was I listening to? So I was listening to an interview with Dave Mustaine from Megadeth the other day. They were talking about like the Megadeth is a metal band, right? Iconic one. Not quite as iconic as Metallica. Ooh, let me not start talking about Metallica, Megadeth. But anyway, and he was just talking about in the late 90s they went commercial with an album called Risk. Not bad. Album wasn't that bad, but whatever. The point was, like, he really got into an interesting tangent about, like, to him it's more about what he's doing versus chasing the commercial success and trying to gauge what is going to be the thing people are looking for. And I kind of agree with that. And it's easy to want to have success on whatever you're doing, especially if you're, you know, a YouTube personality that makes their living off of it. That's a hard struggle because commercial success, you know, fidgeting with an algorithm sometimes is by far way more financially rewarding. But sometimes you can strike the balance of both. And sometimes I've seen like I could figure out that sweet spot, then other times I struggle. This might be a better fish. Oh yeah, I love that guy. It's a porkfish. Oh, look how cool that thing is, man. So apparently these are not related to porgies. I thought they were the last time. I'm not going to keep them, but I do want to. I thought they were related to porgies because they look like they got that shape, but apparently they're related to grunts. That's an awesome fish, man. Sorry, I got water on the lens. Fudge. Should have checked that earlier. Hope you could see that porkfish during that. I'm not shutting off the camera. I'm unedited. Oh, porkfish is cool. Okay. We're doing pretty good, I would say. Haven't broke a fish off yet. Porkfish. All right, let's hit the next set of pilings here. I do want to see if we can maybe hook into something a little bit bigger. Oh, good thing I checked. I started tugging on that. I saw a little bit of fray there. All right, let's retie out here. Maybe you can see that thing out there. Heck yeah, this is a good time. Let's go porkfish fishing, man. So we're on porkfish, mangrove snapper. This bridge has got a lot of life on it today, that's for sure. I don't know, can you catch bonefish on the bridges, or is that pretty rare? I know you can get the permits on the bridges. That's another fish I've never gone after, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. I'm not that interested in bonefish. I know, that sounds a little weird, but for some reason, bonefish, yeah, I think I'd enjoy it for a day, but like there's nothing like really drawing me to go catch bonefish. I find myself more interested in like a lot of the reef fish. Barracudas are cool, tarpon are cool too. I don't dislike tarpon. The only thing I worry about tarpon is there's some areas you can do it, but I think a lot of the areas that, like the bridges or the passes that you'd want to do it and have good odds of catching a couple tarpon. That was a terrible cast, but I'll give it a shot. I think one of the things that's scary about it is you got to worry about sharks. Even here, I probably have to worry about a shark or two. What happened there? I don't know if my camera did something there. It's recording now. Got a crevalle there. Maybe I had to reset. I don't know. I'm going to check that out so I don't have a problem though. So hang on, let me release this jack. Come on, turn, you pig. Oh well. All right, let's release this jack. Turn our kayak. And see what happened with that footage. Okay, so it turns out this DJI camera just takes your maximum recording time is 1 hour. Then it clips it. So I gotta get on Final Cut and stick them all together. I have a DJI Action 5, which is a nicer, newer camera, but for whatever reason it has a problem with my microphone, which is really annoying. So the microphone really cuts down on, cuts down a lot of the wind noise and heavy breathing. All that stuff, so all good. We ain't editing it. Promise. We're gonna talk about Megadeth. I've actually bought tickets for Metallica May 31st. It's the first concert I've been to in a while. And I was actually watching Metallica. Their new album's pretty good. I was talking about it the other day. 72 Seasons. I'm just happy Metallica's out of the Saint Anger. Growing up and having my brother's old, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, all that stuff, right? And having access to those. And then hearing Load and Reload and be like, these are kind of weird, right? I didn't set up on this properly at all. So listening to Load and Reload and just they were okay. They had some songs I think I'd say I liked, but they're different, right? And then, just being old enough to finally anticipate my first Metallica release, and it's Saint Anger, and just listening to it over and over again, just not sure how to figure. Oh man, what a confusing time to be a teenager when your favorite band releases Saint Anger. You could probably attribute most of the world's problems today to the release of Saint Anger. But anyway, so I'm super happy Metallica's making music that's, I'd say, is pretty good. You might not agree. I know the desire for that era is still there. Let's try dropping anchor. I keep screwing this up here. Yeah, Saint Anger definitely ruined my childhood to some degree. Is there a snag there? I guess there is. All right. Yes, Saint Anger. So 72 Seasons, in my opinion. Yeah, it's not bad. I kind of like it. I think I like the better songs off of Hardwired more, like Spit Out the Bone and Moth into Flame. The 72 Seasons is decent. It's, like I said, I'm at the point where this music's pretty good for Metallica. It sounds what modern Metallica would sound like. I'm happy enough. Alright, we haven't had bites here. What the heck's going on? I think our anchor grabbed at least. More like a drift sock than an anchor, right? For a lot of these jacks here, is that what's going on? Prefer the Porkfish to the jack. Cool. Might have turned this one into shark bait, honestly. Yep. It's alright. Shark's gonna get him. Is that enough leader? I think we're okay. Let's gamble it. Going to be the jig-headed choice here. Let's give it the eye strike one a try. I think I want to stick with the Gulp though. It seems like that's definitely getting a ton of bites. So What we got down here? I got a barefoot jig with a leader tied on. Hang on. Tim makes some awesome jigs. These things are awesome. Barefoots. We're gonna have to reset here though. And then I think I gotta take a whiz. I'm gonna get a quick break. I like barrel swivels. Many purists dislike them, but I find I retie so much faster with them. So that to me is it's already worth the price of admission usually. Just having that quicker retie time is a big deal, in my opinion. It will up my opportunity at the Porkfish. More problems with light braid. Figures out how to sneak into spots pretty easily. The wind's picking up a little bit though. Alright, let's bring up my anchor wizard. It slows me down, but it's not grabbing ever. Come on. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of jacks here. Got myself into trouble. Oh, almost got myself into trouble there. I wonder if there's a couple Goliaths here too. Oh, yellow jack, cool. Okay, see ya. All right, I gotta back up here. This current's fast, and the shallower stuff actually, it's a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. The zoom fluke. Yeah, as you get to that last section of the bridge past this piling, that current definitely picks up even more and sucks you right in. I could see a keeper mutton getting on here, man. It's not that far-fetched in my opinion. I don't think it's likely, but see mutton, bigger yellow jacks. Some funny stuff could occasionally show up here. I think wouldn't surprise me to see a good sized tarpon. Okay, come on, let's get this going here. Okay. So my turning is off, man. My rudder broke and then I had to really fix it. I'm supposed to get my new rudder in tomorrow, but my turning's definitely about double what it normally would be, so that does kind of suck. There's a lot of fish here. Okay. Ooh. That's a yellow jack for sure. Or crevalle. Crevalle. This current's really strong here. Wow. It's stronger here than it was on the deeper stuff. I don't know how I'm gonna. Just trying to not get swept in constantly. It seems like the jack's like that. I think I want to go back to catching the grunts if I'm going to be fighting this current, man. Might have to keep this paddle out too. That's the other thing. Wonder if there's a good spot for it. They used to have on the older predators a spot for these paddles, but I think I can keep it right there for that quicker turning I might need. These are 1/8 ounce barefoot jigs, and yeah, they'll fit good on those Gulp Minnows. Should probably try to catch, see how many jacks are on the spot before moving on too. Sometimes it is just 1 or 2 and they'll bite right away, and then you didn't have to move as quickly as you thought. The thing that's interesting too is out here it doesn't seem like the current's that fast. But the closer you get to that bridge, it picks up quick. hard time setting up on these ones. First couple were pretty easy. More jacks, man. Okay, so let's get out of this zone. That current's fast and I'm catching these jacks. These jacks are just sometimes in really big schools and it might be really hard to fish through. But we're gonna basically get down to the end and then work our way back the opposite direction. Kind of just see what's what, but what's really interesting is how much faster the current is here. Wow, not what I expected. I mean, I could go on the other side too. I haven't even scratched the surface of trying to do that. Throwing our jig into the pilings here. Here the current's pretty slow. But I had a bite. Interesting. Weird how that works, huh? Much slower. Here we go. Oh, missed him. These are smaller fish here. Porkfish number 2. Porkfish number 2. Next one, we'll go over there. Surgeon fish is the other one, but I've only caught one of those. I've seen them. They get some pretty impressive sizes. Caught one in Panama too. Now, these are smaller fish here. Let's try the next set over. I'd say the other thing that's kind of frustrating is not getting too many casts into a hole. I like to, I think the first few spots I was able to get 3-4 casts in, so I'm going to settle in and catch the little fish. Might as well be efficient about it and just maybe keep moving till, you never know, I could find a little span with a couple of nice sized mangroves or those yellow jacks of size. Do see a dude fishing from land down there. I think that's a guy fishing. Could be a bird. sitting on it. I haven't caught too many barracudas yet either. It's another fish that I thought I'd be seeing a few more by now. Those barracudas. Sea turtle popping up out there. This current's really fast here. I feel like the up current side's always where you'll find more aggressive fish, though. In my experience, I always find whatever's on this side, which would be the up current side right now, typically the fish that are more aggressive. The down current side is where you're going to find the finicky stuff. Had a couple bites here too. Go. No, he's gonna go around it. Don't go. Looks like a slight swing in that current there. Okay, we got him. Yeah, we're doomed if we hook anything real good though. More jacks, yeah. They seem to be really preferring the highest current zones though. I'm noticing that. Anywhere where the current's a little milder, less of them. Uh-oh. Really excited to get the weather to fish 7 Mile Bridge. I kind of like Bahia Honda from the kayak better than 7 Mile, but Bahia Honda is like the size of the sharks I've seen there. It's like when you see those things, you're like, oh my goodness. This is fast, man. I'm like having a hard time holding steady. All right, let's make another turn here. Not getting in trouble. Next hole. We gotta replace that one. Try it. You can get some rocks, man. In a rocky area, this anchor is going to hold pretty well. I think I might have grabbed right now. What happens though is, as soon as I hook my first fish, I usually lose hold on the anchor too. That's when I start shifting my weight around. All right, let's see. Let's try that again. It's a 3/16 ounce jig, so yeah, that gives you an idea. The current's not that insane. If I can fish 3/16, that means there's current, but to 8 feet of water to fish that light, it's not that heavy. A couple spots I can think of in the Cape Fear that having that anchor system will be nice though. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Is he charging me? Oh, I dropped him. Wonder what that was. Oh, he's there, he's there. What is that? Oh. No idea. I think that was a shark or a stingray. These are some bigger jacks though. Nope, not bigger. Wonder what that other one was then. I think that was a shark. That was fast. Black tip maybe? An anchor slipped. I'll wipe this lens for you. Fast fish though. There's so many jacks here, wow. Makes me not really want to stay here too long with a fish on the end of my line. I feel like it was going to be a matter of time before a shark of sorts does show up. I think he fell out in my kayak there. Yeah, good. All right, let's bring up that anchor. I like it, but I'm not grabbing like I want. We'll have to do some current modification. This current's not that strong, I'd say. Full bridge experience, man. 4 hours of it. Maybe it's going to be 3. I don't know how long this trip's going to be. Yeah, that one's done too. So I got that cup holder on there. At the end of the day, I just dump all my plastics in that little cup holder there. Well, it's not perfect rigging, I know, but I think it'll do the trick. Do you think that was a shark? Stingray? No, it's big. I'm gonna go with it was probably a stingray or a shark. Goliath grouper would not swim against the current. We know that. To do that, he would go right in the bridge. What we're going to do is give this another minute or two. Uh-oh. This current's weird here, right? Aggy stuff, man. I just got sucked into this piling. I honestly can't figure out what happened. Okay. It's definitely not the same in every little corner here. Alright, we gotta back ourselves out. Trouble! Get yourself in trouble with Elias feed fishing. No, get it out, 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 get it out. Picked up something, grass. Yeah, that cross current's really hard to deal with. If it's going from that way, getting swept to the side like that, it's not easy to kind of plan for, I guess. So I'm trying to say, like I need to be fishing, oh gosh, I've lost all rhythm. I need to be fishing more this way, less trying to fish that way now that the current's doing more of this kind of motion on me. By the way, I don't like it, but maybe I just need to adapt. Got a bite. Yeah, it might be me who needs to figure it out. 6 feet. Yellow jack. Maybe I'll keep my next one of those. Cute little mutton. Take good care of you. Yeah, I guess a lot of it comes down, I'm sitting perfectly here. Different current. This is not sweeping quite as hard with that, this direction. It's weird, huh? Coral or something like that. That's it. 2 bites. I thought it was going to be easy right there. Oh, I do have some coral on my jig. Pretty quiet. One more cast here and we'll keep going. Of course, the spot where you're sitting pretty well, even though I might not be fishing it the right way because I'm going across the current, but should still be picking up a lot of jacks doing that. All right, next piling. Like 1 cast behind that one. I'm gonna go on the other side of this bridge though. I'm gonna try the back side, see what that's like. It gets shallow here, that's for sure. Okay. That's kind of the end of the road right there. Maybe there's something here. Oh. Four feet's pretty shallow. Got some there. Expect something different. Nope. Surprised I haven't caught any look downs here. At least the bridges in Isla Morada are really loaded with those things. Maybe not here. There's a lot of jack crevalles on these bridges though. Alright, let me jump on land. What I want to do is try to fix my anchor, see if I can get my anchor to deploy properly. And then I want to drink some water, and we'll be right back at it. Hope you're still there, man. Yeah, let me fix this anchor. See if it's because it's not deploying all four of those prongs, or is it something else? So let me fix that, and then take it from there. Drink some water too. Okay, drink some water, took a leak under the bridge. Let's try the backside here, man. I was thinking, should I just do the same thing again? Let's try the backside. I got an idea where I had, you know, the mangroves and the margates. Seems like the jacks are everywhere, so that doesn't really matter as much. I'll do a loop around. Let's see if the wind's real bad here too. That I don't know. Cool park, man. Wonder what the waiting list is to go there to live. Okay, get that down. Might be a little easier to fish too. That drive's sticky. I get hit with the wind more in the face here, so at the peak, right? There's no formula that I know about that says you got to fish this side or that side. You know, like it did say earlier, I do prefer fishing one side a bit more. Looks like that wind is picking up though. So much seagrass. It's definitely beautiful in that regard. Alright. Same deal. Here I'm getting hit with wind too. It's probably going to be easier to fish where those mangroves are. But let's make some, just cover a little water, see what happens. Gosh, a little grass here too. Right here is where the current really gets fast. Should be some fish somewhere here. A little bite there. haven't really had a bite here. A lot more grass on this side too. I don't have much confidence right now. It seemed like I had a formula of the other pilings. These, I don't seem like I've figured it out yet. Some structure. I almost feel like I need to go heavier on this side to get down there quicker. It's also interesting, this side's a lot shallower. I'm going to give this another piling or two, and then I'm going to go back under the main span. Like finding a lot shallower spots here, 5 foot. Had a bite finally. Yeah, this is tough. All right. I think in the interest of what we had going on, I mean, at least the jacks should be biting this no problem out here. Leads me to think they're really mostly on the other side of this bridge. I mean, I had a couple small bites. All right. Unless it's my crooked gulp tail. It's causing all the trouble. All right, let's stick with what let me not try to reinvent this formula, guys. I'm sorry, that was kind of a waste of time. I know. I just wanted to see if that was going to hold true. I haven't had a bite here, and I know if I would have jack bites on the other side here. So if I find a really juicy zone, I'll maybe try both sides of it. But right now, it doesn't seem to be the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Yeah, they're only on this side of the bridge for sure. Like, you don't have to be, even if they're all jacks, you don't have to be a wizard to figure that out. So I'm gonna stick with that. There's a lot of, there's no shortage of jacks, man. mangrove. There's a mangrove. Running low on these Gulp minnows, man. All right. Might need heavier jigs for the other side too. It's quite possible. But here I'm able to fish with a 3/16 quarter ounce. That side I'm not really getting down to the bottom for very long before I even start getting bites, honestly. Most of these snappers are probably not hitting when I'm on the bottom, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, yellowjack, saw one. Did a little circle around. All right. Go. I have my fill of these guys. Oh man, another one's gonna get my jig head. Oh, this one we're gonna fish out. Hang on. It's like in the corner of his mouth there. I almost got you, you'll be okay. Not too many gulps left, believe it or not. I'm gonna have to switch off that to something else. A minute. We have some diesel minnows. I don't know if I have too many jig heads that are gonna fit the diesel minnows properly though. Yeah, I got some diesel minnows at least. Current's cooking, man. Having a hard time rigging this one. Let's go to that other zone, I think, though. Back up there was less jacks. Current felt slower, so I think I'd rather be there too. On top of that, less current, more fish is a good motto to have. All right, let's see if now that we fixed our anchor situation, if we can do anything about that. This is not that fast. Actually, maybe it is, I don't know. At this point in the video, I start getting crazy and going crazy and talking to myself. I think I hit it. Yeah, this is fast, actually, yeah. I don't think I want to anchor here. Bunch of jacks. Oh, nice mangrove, man. Nice, that's a good one. All right, we gotta lay our rods down. We better do it quick. Just gotta let it happen, man. All right, we'll keep this mangrove. We kept him out of the water, and we're gonna be keeping him out of the water here for a minute. It's probably about 12, I think. I think he'll survive just fine. Yeah, let's keep him. It's about a 12-incher or so, probably. Getting into hour number 2. I think he's probably, I'm gonna guess he's gonna run 12 inches probably. 11 and a half. Yeah, just about 12. A 12-inch mangrove. Couple panfish. Don't really care too much about the smaller mangroves like that, but got a few. Okay. And that current was ripping there. I bet if I could drop anchor safely, that would be the zone to. It was moving really fast right there. Yeah, I bet if I could drop anchor right there, that'd be a hot spot to stick with. What I do want to do is, since the current is quite a bit faster on this side, I'm going to take this zoom fluke off for a moment. So a mackinaw or something like that, that'll get down quicker. 3/8, a couple 3/8 ounce ones, yeah. That's why I give this shot at this side, at least it's a fair shot. And I feel like a 3/16 was just getting blown away in that current there. Remember what I said about my eyes playing tricks on me? All right, so 3/8 ounce mackinaw. Current's a lot stronger for these back pilings, so only thing is this die was Certate. Line roller bearing's done on it, so noisy, noisy, noisy. Hopefully I can keep that down to a minimum. So pick the mangrove on like around here. Let me see. Got to be something if I can get down there. I think so. They're all on the upcurrent side though. I guess the other thing I can really try to do is try to cast into the tube. This eventually won't work out though, is the problem. Yeah, I didn't think so. There's like, you know what it is too? A lot of it ends up being there's like a small zone where the current gets ricocheted off the bridge. And that's really the strike zone, I think. Guess you never know. Something like a grouper can sit in this current without any issues, but I think a lot of these other fish prefer it slower. You just try one last cast, kind of sweeping across the angle, the cross angle, like that. Yeah, wow, even on a 3/8 ounce jig head, this thing is gone. Sure, I'll pick up a jack out here somewhere though. Probably not the other stuff. Yep, that's it, man. That's all I need to see, man. You saw it. I was getting a bite almost every cast on the other side. So that's that. No more guessing and mysteries. I'm gonna have to really unlock. Question is to fish it safely. Should try to do this with a properly working rudder as well. Not the jerry-rig nonsense I have. Okie dokie. Oh, is that a hogfish on a Gulp? Yeah. Dude, that was my first hog on an artificial. He wasn't a keeper, but still pretty cool. Gulp hogfish. I think they're in the wrasse family, related to tautog. I think I got a spray on my camera, I'm sorry. Gosh, I'm terrible. Worst content creator ever. Stick to some guy with a drone and $1 million to make $110 million, right? Sorry. Once you're a poor kid, you're always a poor kid in some sense. This is hard because I gotta keep it turning into that current. We got him. We're out. Right? Okay. Oh my gosh. You only saw the things I was doing there. All the topsy-turvy moves. I hope that's not a bull shark on him. Because he didn't feel that big, but then something changed. Yellowjack. Yeah, it's not a bad one, man. It's fun. We're gonna keep this guy. Check that out, man. Yeah, I'll keep him. It's probably all the fish I need for the table. Look how pretty they are. I haven't caught a yellowjack in a while. Let me show you this guy. Hang on. So, that's a yellowjack. Caught them before. Tastes pretty good, but really, I don't think they taste all that great cooked. Keep one or two, and then ceviche or a poke bowl. They're like amberjacks, but without the worms for the most part. So I'm gonna bleed them out, and then, hey, we got meat. I mean, we made the most of it. We got a 12-inch mangrove snapper, a margate, and a yellowjack. And we're about 2 hours into fishing, so. Bite's really good. I'm sorry if this is kind of hard to watch on a filming standpoint, because I'm constantly turning and twisting. I can't get that anchor to stick. I haven't tried to drop it in a minute. I think we're gonna do that again. Granted, we're fishing the little bridge, so it's not as epic as some of these other spots are. But yeah, that ain't bad, man. It's really it. I got one small piece of mutton snapper left. That'll hold me over for the next 3-4 days. Got some weather, yeah. I do end up eating fish almost every day in the Keys because it's not like you want to. I'm waiting for my wife to get in before we start going out too. But then on top of it, it's not like I want to eat Publix food every day, or like, you know, chicken or something like that. I don't eat that much fish in North Carolina, so most of it does end up being like it's sheep's head, right? I mean, start getting bored of sheep's head quick. There's a lot of fish in that little cut there, and we almost had a hogfish there. All right, so I fixed the anchor prongs. Let's see if it grabs now. It's not going to grab. Need a different anchor for this area. Yeah. Fun to try, but it ain't happening with that. And I got a fish on there, obviously. Okay. Little bridges are dope, though. What's that? Oh, yellow jack, smaller one. If you go on like 7 Mile Bridge, it's loaded with bigger yellow jacks, though. Bahia Honda, all those things. Like these little bridges, they've got a few, but most of them do tend to run smaller. But today, that's okay. Let's see what happens is, I don't know if it's my broken rudder, I think it is. Can't quite turn in time. So, hence a little bit of that frustration. There's so many fish up there. See, even with the autopilot and that spot lock feature, it wouldn't be able to hold over here though. There'd be too much interference from that bridge, so it's not like that's a magic bullet either. You know, everything's got its time and place and everything along those lines. So, I don't know. I think the anchor not holding properly is definitely the hardest thing that disappointed me on today. I thought I was going to have a good time just sitting somewhere like there and keep working it probably. Sailor's choice. We got to catch the chub. It's the other fish I didn't catch yet. Bermuda chub. Key West grunts. All right, let's get you back on the chest. Catch a lot of fish, though. Almost out of these gulps. I'll have to re-evaluate. I might throw F some 4-inch Z-Man jerk shads though. So those will probably work pretty good. It's 3-inch gulps though. When you find them on sale on Amazon, you'll find a tub of them for 10 bucks. And yeah, if you just want to go catch fish, 3-inch gulp, it's one of the best, you know, not specific fish, right? I mean, you might catch some nice fish. I mean, I got 3 fish in the box with them, but like, if you want to just have a day of catching fish like this, show up with a tub of 3-inch gulps. Any saltwater area, you're gonna catch tons and tons of fish. Yeah, there's a chance a lot of them are gonna be these guys. So, you might consider that a disappointment, but on a windy day, there's just not much else. It's not as disappointing as you think. I think I gotta retire this one already though. They just don't last too long is the last problem, honestly. Get a couple fish out of them and they're done. Surprised we didn't see any of the small groupers too, like a small black grouper or a small red grouper. Getting a hogfish before one of those, not what I would expect. One of the most plain looking fish out of the bunch, actually, if you think about it. You know, these guys don't look as wild as all the other fish you're catching here. I mean, the mangroves are kind of dark too at times, but these guys look like they can pretty much be anywhere and they'd fit in. Like those porkfish and hogfish, the Key West grunts, they're all pretty colorful. They definitely have some flair to them. Come here, buddy. Pooping on me. Yeah, those yellow jacks are good as sashimi. They're good as ceviche. They're very firm. They're good on the grill too. They're a little more dry than I'd say like the mutton snapper, but the flesh is pretty firm, pretty good. I think these grunts invaded my area here, though. All right, let's move to the next one. Oh, we lost her. Leader's still okay. Got anything left in there? Last gulp minnow, and then we gotta figure out what's the next. Don't also save that gulp juice. You know, you don't throw that gulp juice away. Those gulps always spill somewhere. Maybe we'll try a 4-inch bait, something like that. Seems like this is really a great profile, though. It's another yellow jack. Only problem is I'm not in the best spot for this. Okay. No, 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 don't go around. Yeah, it's another yellow jack. Nice use of the last gulp there, right? Combat fishing. Still don't know what that fish is I missed earlier, but that really just took me around. Like, had a lot of weight. See how that lens is doing. Whew, it's a lot of action, man. Sorry, I wasted your time going around the corner there. Just had to make sure. They ain't all trophies, I know that. Be careful there. Okay. It's pretty cool we got a couple keeper mangroves too. Not bad, man. You bring lures, I mean, you bring some bait. You're in mud, you're in good shape here probably. Got here. Gonna spill all that gulp juice on me, huh? I got you, pal. All right, that's it. No more gulps. Got fish with something else now. Let's see if these will rig up properly. It's a 4-inch jerk shad. Nah, well, you really need the right jig head sometimes for Z-Man to sit properly. That's kind of a clunky look how not clean that is compared to what I was throwing earlier, but maybe fish are fired up enough, it might not make a difference. That that gulp presentation was very clean. No, this is awful. Like, I'm gone already. Very different. Try it again. I'm getting hit by that current really hard with this lure. Well, got down there that time at least. Nope. Let's see if this even jigs properly. I never tried this. Oh my gosh. That's awful. Alright. Let's try Alright, let's see if we got anything else here. Take this jig head off and go with something better for a Z-Man, but it seems to be kind of a... I don't want to switch off Z-Man. Did I not bring anything besides Z-Mans with me today? Just look a little too small, I think. Let me see. Yeah, no. So out of Gulps. Z-Mans. Anything back here we got? Oh yeah, we got some 4-inch zooms. Not many though. After that, we'll take one more quick break, take a retie session. So we're out of these sorts of jigs. That Z-Man stuff, tough tugger, any kind of thermoplastic. I don't know, certain jig heads really are necessary to make those work properly. Just how like this seems to be the ticket. Zoom fluke, a Gulp. I bet I'll get a bite right away. Yep, see? It's all about the way it comes down, you know, and sinks, in my opinion. Very important. Mangrove snapper. The action is pretty steady, man. That's why I don't know about doing my unnarrated stuff. But I have made no edits to this video, so I hope somebody appreciates it. And yeah, there's different types of fishing I'll end up doing. Some are very specific, like going after those mutton snappers out here does give me some, you know, some time where there's just not much going on. Then we do stuff like this where it's pretty much non-stop because it's the best move for a windy day. Oh, this sucker swallowed it, man. Got him. Shark's gonna eat this guy. Almost got it. Oh God. Yeah. This is as real as it gets, right? Want to see some super kookery? Got you right here. There's the hook. I finally got it out. I was like, I got it. And then I slipped into that. Get myself killed for a jack. Uh-oh, he's going for a shark. That's all right. If I'm not careful, so will I. Woohoo! Yeah, this ain't. You can screw up here. You got head on a swivel. It's not a spot I'd like to flip. Whew, all right. Anything broken? No, we're all good. Let me see what else we got. 1/4 ounce mackinaw might be a good move too. Let's see, 130. Yeah, let's try a mackinaw. Only got a couple of those Zoom flukes left anyway. Seems like only fish I gut hook here are definitely, in general, are those jack crevalles. I don't think I really gut hook the anything else. I think I'd gut hook those yellow jacks because they're substantially larger, but it seems like those jack crevalles just get that bait and inhale it. That would be, I think that was the second one I got hooked. I doubt that one lived, but like as I said, there's no shortage of toothy fish to get them over on, you know. Okay, so I guess we're done with the Gulp. So went through. This wasn't full. It was about a half tub. Unless I have more Gulp down here somewhere. I do. Good to know. Well, let's throw the mackinaw for a minute. I already tied it on. I think that'll be the move to do it. I wouldn't worry too much about that jack crevalle. There's plenty to put them back into the food chain here. So I'm actually really surprised with the quantity of jacks we haven't gotten something eaten by a bull shark. Usually that'll happen here and there, but let's keep working this stuff. I don't know, maybe we'll fish another hour. It's 2:30 now. Justin does 4-hour uncut trips. I hate comparing myself to him. But we talk a lot about just because he's one of the few guys that kayak fishes, right? Most of the guys I know don't kayak fish, so kayak fishing's not that popular. It's become less popular in most places. You can go around the country. I mean, there's no kayak out here. Today's a weekend, right? I'd expect to see a couple kayaks. Nope, not a single kayak. So most places you go in the country, there's less kayaks these days. Really, it's the age of the boat. Kayaks were kind of a fad. At least the growth of them in the last, COVID era. It seems like you're back down to the 2015 numbers where, kind of the original wave of kayak anglers jumped in. Some of them are still in it. Some of them moved on to boats. I'd say maybe 20 or 30% of the crew I used to fish with still kayak fishes. Most have kind of moved on to boats. The only thing kayak fishing is, you can't bring your family out here or your friends. To me, fishing's not like a group activity though. Like when I want to have a group activity, we'll fire up the grill, do a cookout, drink. That to me is my group activity. Getting on the water is not really I don't know. To me, I wouldn't say it's competitive. It's a little competitive, maybe. I can get competitive, but then there's days where I'm pretty chill. It's different versions of lives, right? Most people are like that anyway. It's not like... But yeah. Sometimes I'm competitive. I don't like being competitive fishing, angling. There's a bite. back to where those bigger yellow jacks were. That area had yellow jacks. What else? I got yellow jacks there. Got them up. Getting one of my bigger mangroves there. That area definitely had something kind of unique about it, I agree. Come on, had like 4 bites there. A lot of small bites here. It's got a bigger hook on it than what I was fishing with earlier too. Quite a few small bites here. I think a lot of these were those small mangroves just now. Oh no, 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 no. Freaking jacks, man. Oop, missed him. Dang. There's a lot of small mangrove. I'm getting a lot of small mangrove snapper bites here, I think. That's what that feels like to me. Okay. We'll try that zone one more time where we had a little bit better luck there. Actually, you know what? And my indecision's running rampant here. Where was that cable? I saw it earlier. Oh, there it is. Current's so fast. I'm getting bites here. A lot of these grunts here. There we go. Seems like there's a lot of these smaller mangroves right here. That area that had the yellow jacks seemed to hold some of the bigger ones too. So I'm getting a lot of bites here, and they're really small taps. Twisted myself up. Let me add some scent to this guy too. The other thing is too, this hook shank's got a lot more exposure, so these smaller mangroves, well, I'm missing them left and right. New quarter-ounce mackinaws are going to have a double bait keeper though. Going to have those out soon enough. You know, I usually use these for white perch and stuff like small speckled slot drum. So probably not the best war of attrition lure when there's lots of short striking toothy critters. The hook's good on it though. It's 32786 must-add, so there's that benefit of having a good hook, but sometimes when there's just lots of really, you know, fish this big poking at them, probably hard to get what you need out of them. The jacks are not going to have a problem, but I think hooking these grunts and small mangroves, I'm going to keep missing them. Maybe something better is going to come along though. But yeah, this hole loaded with these small mangroves, I think. Right there. Seems to be losing the drift. I don't know, something's changing here. It's getting harder and harder. Hold on. Oh, missed him. This is what's been hitting me over here. Yeah, these little guys. Okay, let's go back to that other zone. I think there might see another nice mangrove snapper back there where those yellow jacks were and all that other stuff. Here it seems like I got a lot of these smaller Sailor's Choice. Beautiful day out in the neighborhood. I know it was right after all the broken up pilings. That's where we're headed. I liked that zone. It felt really fishy. Everything else got, I mean, there's fish everywhere. It's kind of silly to say that was particularly fishy, but what's going through my head is that had a lot of life there. I think that was around here. Yeah, I think it was the end of these broken pilings. I don't know if this stuff makes a difference still to this day. To me, it does in my head, and that's what matters. Wow, there's a lot of life out here too, man. Let's make a couple blind casts. Seeing some stuff show up on my sonar. Here's where you'll find like the random mutton snappers too, right? Yeah, everything's really right up on those pilings, though. At least right now. Didn't bring too many mackinaw bodies with me either. I packed for basically nothing. Very good job on my end. I think I have 3 mackinaw bodies with me. So these we'll have to switch to something else after that. I don't know what the next thing's gonna be. I gotta see if I have a jig head for these Z-mans I brought, like a good one. Did I finally get hung up? Did. We got it back. Yep. That it? What's going on? Missing a lot of the fish I was hooking earlier. We'll see. I think that paddle tail is too big of a profile. Let's see what we got here. I do have a box in here of stuff, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. Probably want a 1/4 ounce. This might work. Anything else that's going to really work? Too light, I think. Too heavy. Yeah, let's try this. Didn't really, when that bite was on for a second there, this didn't really get really didn't like the way that got down there, man. Now, that looks like shit. It's not rigging at all the way I want it to, but I'll give it a shot. Try it, man. I don't know. Kind of nervous. Doesn't seem like it wants to get down in this current. Here we go. I don't like this one bit. I don't think it's the right. Need some heavier jig heads, but it's like everything else I have is too heavy. I'm gonna go. I already hit the point in the day where I'm like, this is what I want to fish with. It's literally this 3-inch Gulp minnow is banging today. starting to get sloppy, man. Started off real clean and precise. It's that thin profile cuts through the water so easily too sometimes. And I stopped getting bites here really though. I mean, we haven't had a nice fish here in a bunch of casts now. There we go. Let's see what this is. Margate. Yeah, I feel like these fish in particular, you'll hook a lot more of them with that thin profile. I felt like I was getting bites, the 4-inch stuff and the fatter paddle tail quite often, but no, not sticking any. That's too big. Some of these gulps come out of the factory pretty much unriggable. Hang on. See that? Like, you ever get the gulps that have the excess tab still on there? What am I supposed to do with that? Okay. Down. Alrighty. I think this is an 1/8 ounce jig head on here now. Missed a bite there. I think the current's slowing down too. I'm noticing I'm definitely in a slower current period now. Let's go try that deeper area then. Because this current's definitely slow. I'm not getting shoved. Earlier I was definitely getting blown away hard. Yeah, even on the Gulp, I'm not getting the bites anymore. All right, live and learn, man. I don't know if it's that jig head, Tim's Magic Barefoot jig. These things are awesome. I know that. I don't know where I put it. There it is. Let's put that back on. Seems like that could be the magical reason. I think these jigs are some of the best cast and pop jig heads on the market. These are nice too, but DOA, who knows? That wind's pretty strong though. No, I almost fell through the scupper hole there. So this kayak's got this cruise control feature, which is like, you go at low speed when you want to retie, re-rig, whatever you want to do on that end. Whew. It's a game changer for some of that stuff, man. I finally drop it. Okay, so we gotta do a loop knot, right? I got no idea where I'm floating out into. All right. Ooh. Got a little bit of a fray there. I hope I don't regret that later. All right. I think it's time. This area is real deep. It's definitely the deepest chunk around here. This is where the bull shark's hanging out too. 12-foot zone. Oh my gosh, so many jacks under me. I think those are all jacks. Those are jacks. Jack. All right, this is where they moved to. I think I'd rather fish closer to the pilings. That means probably less likely to. Yeah, there's much more current here. Okay, so I am getting towards slack tide then. What's going on? What happened to this bite? Is it really petering off that much? Like, even the grunts and stuff don't seem to be as frequent. Sailor's choice. How are we doing? Oh yeah, I'm doing a great job keeping this lens clean. Oh my goodness. That's why I make the big bucks, right? Oh man. Man, I gotta show you this. There's a lot of fish down here though. I'm guessing most of that is jack crevalle, but that's tons of fish. I don't know about fishing through most of it, but it's where you bring a live bait and you get all your pilchards and threadfins, grass shads. I don't know the local names to all these baits. That's how you get your limit of bigger mangroves, probably. Probably not that hard with the right bait. Uh-oh, hung up. Finally hung up. But it's going to be the first hang up for the day. Probably hung up on this piling here. No, there might be some structure there. Try to go the opposite direction, cross your fingers. That's it. I don't think we're getting this one back though, guys. Not on that leader. Alright, we broke off. Alright, let me re-rig and take a quick break here. Okay. Did find my last couple of these barefoots. These are the 1/8 ounce ones. Come with a 1/0 hook. Perfect. Didn't tie a loop knot. Kind of should have, but you know what? I think man, everything's over here. Seen all these jacks over here. Everything's over here, moved over. So I think they were on those kind of scattered on all the other pilings earlier, but now it's like this deep cut. It's got more current right now. Everything else is slowing down a little bit. That's where it's at. They aren't biting that well anymore, I'll tell you that. Noticing that part too. Wow. All those fish, I can't get a bite now? What happens here? It's tough to figure out, man. There was like a ton of fish down there. And it's like, nope, no more bites. Trying to figure out how to get this bite going again, man. Right now, I'm kind of confused. I'm usually confused in life, though, so that's nothing new for me, but... Changing the angle. What is it going to be? Something vertical, that's all I know. Don't want your presentation to be up and down. I want you casting. Dropped. I think I found those grunts again. Oh man. Yeah, a lot of grunts on these pilings. I think I prefer them to the little jacks though. If I had to pick a little jack or grunt, I think grunts are cooler looking, man. Bringing out these mangroves. These are the mangroves that were biting my mackinaw earlier. I wasn't hooking these. Just getting bites from those things almost every cast. All right, we're gonna do one more crisscross up and down, see if we can find some better fish again. What time is it? 2:18, yeah. Alrighty, it's getting quiet. Jack's over here again. I don't like that spot. It's got too many jacks, and I know there's going to be a shark showing up there at some point. The deep hole's got too many jacks. Let's see, I don't got too many of these Gulp minnows left. I'm running low. No. Mangroves really tear up those gulps though, man. It's like one bite and you're done. Other thing I do notice is mangroves really hide out of the current quite a bit more. Jacks are in the most current. Mangroves are in like the least, at least these smaller mangroves. Maybe the larger ones do like it fast. That's it. I think the 3-inch Gulp minnow is like the best busy work lure for this area. Man, it just like, if you just want to catch the fish, man, it's just no way it won't catch tons and tons and tons. All right, come on. I think we got a couple more bites somewhere here. That wind picked up a lot. Glad I don't have to go far to go home. Tomorrow's supposed to be east, southeast, 10 to 20. 2 days of southeast, 10 to 20, and then next week, at the end of the week, another day of those 20 knot plus north winds are back. So it's going to be tough fishing headed my way. I don't know why this zone was so quiet, even this morning when I came, the first drop I made it through here. This looks so good. It's just got a nice amount of moving water, but everything's in that zone where there's all those, jacks and all that other stuff. You see, something about this is just no good. I don't know why. I'm a bit surprised, like a John boat or something did not show up today. But who knows? All sorts of reasons. So I remember doing this last year too. It ended up bumping into this difficult period where when the tide wasn't moving right, everything did get harder. It seems like it, yeah, very tide specific. It's crazy. You mark a lot of fish in some of these areas too. I hope that's not a jack finally. Feels like it's not. Oh, that's not a jack. What is this? Big snapper, I think. I mean, bigger, rather. Oh, it's a yellow jack as well. It's all bigger. Gosh, I'm gonna bring him in. No! Shouldn't have done that. It's alright. Should have netted him. Still got a couple of these jigs. Won't do that again. Oh, I'm getting messy, man. It's embarrassing. Probably feel good about how you fish after watching me be all sloppy for these last 4 hours. I mean, this guy's pretty messy, looks like. Get crashing into bridges. And I'll say, yeah. I have been. The wind's really picked up though. I'm interested to see how Bahia Honda fishes in December. I don't think I fished it this early. Like I said, I do know I gotta watch definitely know I gotta watch. I won't be fishing next to a bridge over there. I usually don't because there's massive sharks on Bahia Honda. And 7 Mile, but Bahia Honda especially, both of them are known for having really large sharks. And I'm really surprised with all the jacks here. I haven't seen a single shark yet. Except that one I might have hooked earlier. Might have been a shark at the end of my line there. Good hole to vertically jig, actually, though. Mutton snapper. These guys really like current, too. Keep catching these guys, I'm gonna make a move. Might be stacked up in this little zone here. I wonder if there's a couple fish up ahead of the bridge too. I'm like starting to get bites out there now that I made a few casts. Let me see if I can figure that part out right now. Let's see if I can maybe anchor out here. Maybe, I don't know. I'll try. Let's try one last time with that anchor stuff. So basically the way it works is, right, I'm gonna turn around so I face the direction I'm gonna anchor. I want to cast, you know, up ahead into those ledges a little bit, but it doesn't hold that well. So loosen up the anchor cord. I'm on bottom. I don't know, about double the amount, right? Generally, tighten it up. Seems like it has a hard time grabbing in some of these spots. All right, right now I think it grabbed. So let's see. It does slip every time I get a good bite though, I think. It's really what it seems like happens here. Let's try it. Yeah, the minute I start dilly-dallying, I'm slipping. Had a bunch of bites there. Yeah. Really? Is he gonna try to wrap me around there? Didn't do a thing, and then as soon as I got near that piling, he started doing it. Another sailor's choice. Holding okay here, it's not great. Oh no. Asking for trouble. I think I got it. No, I got out. Wow. What are the odds? It's another big one. Huh? These things are chunky. Another fun fish. I was kind of into those lane snapper the other day. These things are kind of cool too at this size. As soon as Meg gets into town, I gotta start doing some of that light tackle stuff. I think the lane snapper and those, I'm gonna see how those taste. I hope they're pretty good. I like the white grunts we have in the Carolinas, so we'll see. I'm holding pretty good here. Kind of close to that, but I think if I was able to anchor up all day in a couple spots, man, I would have been really doing it properly. Ooh, yeah. I think that's a jack. Yeah, crevalle. These crevalles don't fight as hard as, I think the yellow jacks fight harder for the most part. Spiny fellow there. I don't know about live bait fishing. Those small live baits probably would get torn up terribly by the small jacks right here. Getting down to the end of my 3-inch gulp. Oh, if you're still watching, I think you should be buying gulp minnows for, you know, you're not a serious angler sometimes, or you just, this is going to be your day. Like you go somewhere, it's going to be casual like this. The only thing is, sometimes you don't get down into some of these zones. It's a beat to the jack crevalle. Is that a jack again? Nope. One of these guys. Uh-oh. The anchor slip. Oh no! That's right. It's not that it slipped, I got the, what is it, the swing. sailor's choice hole right there, man. Okay. Getting down to the end here. Our wind's kicking up too now, so I hope you found this enjoyable. I mean, I'm sorry I'm not the best talker, but maybe you take the strategy, use it on a small Keys bridge like me. Like this goober here. Yeah, I think I'm getting pulled into this stuff now. Oh, this thing's work to crank in though, man. Okay. Whew. This thing is work to bring up. I like it though. Tell you what, I went to the regular Zoom Fluke. Those little Sailor's Choices really like some Gulp scent. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. Ooh. Still getting some bites here, but they're small. Alrighty, let's just hit that set one more time up there. Seemed like there was a decent amount of life there. I think let's wrap it up. We had a good time though, man. A little barefoot jig, 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce, sorry, 3/16 ounce and 1/8 ounce jigs. There's 10-pound 832. Suffix Advanced 832 seems to be my favorite 10-pound braid. It's just really easy to work with. It holds a uni knot pretty well too. Sometimes it's hard with the lighter braids. Let's see if we can get any more bites here somewhere. Next to shark wire, man. I wish I had wire cutters to do something about that. I don't. Dangerous, man. Well, someone's hanging like a crab trap of sorts over there. something bite me off actually? Nope. Yeah, something did. Oh, no bite offs. I thought I definitely had something that hit. I thought was gonna bite me off. Getting ready to wrap it up, man. Surprised we didn't get a single small grouper. We didn't see any shark action. 2 keeper mangroves. We have 4 yellow jacks. Still getting a few bites here and there, but really the Gulp gets bites from everything. If that's what you're looking for. Got this white zoom fluke on, I'm not getting any more bites. I mean, here and there, I'm still getting a few. Oh. And the bites I'm getting are just kind of half-assed. There we go. Oh, missed it. Yeah. Don't leave home without your gulps, man. There we go, finally. This is a small mangrove snapper, though. Yeah. All right, I think we've seen enough. Right? I think so. Zoom flukes, but I think the gulps really outfished everything today. Not even close. But we went for a quantity kind of day, right? We didn't really go for something specific. Like what we were doing in the last video was really targeting the mutton snapper. We're targeting the groupers only. And I really don't want to hook about 90% of the fish I hooked today. But in a spot like this, that's really, you got to make sure you're going for that, because that's what most of it is going to be fish that size. And if you're lucky, you're going to see 1 or 2 nice surprises, like maybe we would have caught a keeper mutton snapper here, right? Big maybe. But we'll see a lot of jacks, we'll see those grunts and all those other fish. We'll see that. But wouldn't catch much, right? So definitely you're going for quantity. And what, we got to catch our porkfish, a couple of the fish that are just really cool and neat to see. And what was the other one? Got my first hogfish on a lure. So it's got its upsides to it. Really gut hook those jack crevalles though. Let's talk about a fish that ends up getting gut hooked. Nothing seems to swallow jigs quite like those jack crevalles. Yeah, I'm still getting bites from these grunts and stuff, but I think this zoom fluke's too big. And it doesn't have the scent. I'm hitting the same problem as I did with the mackinaw shad. Is that paddle tail was too big and the hook gap was too big, that I was really missing everything, so. Yeah, like I'm getting like the bites, but nothing's sticking now. All right, let's do 2 things here quick. We're gonna do 1 drift back in that hole there, and then we're gonna see if we can clip this wire right here. I got his pliers with me. Yeah, it looks like shark. I mean, it looks like it's been here for a while too. Nobody's came to it all day, so. If you're on a boat, that's dangerous, but yeah, oh my gosh, this is like 200 pounds. Yeah, it's like 200-pound wire or something like that. Good gracious. I don't think I'll be able to cut it with my pliers, but let's give it a quick shot. I did. Corroded out enough. Well, it's better than getting hit by it, and you know, because half of it's in the bottom, the other half's there, so. Less dangerous that way, though, right? For sure. That could decapitate you if you're running a boat, etc. So. It looked like 200-pound wire or something like that. It's definitely corroded out though. Like it's been there for a while. So, got some interesting stuff. And then I think that RV out there. Gotta look up what's the deal with that thing. And I think we're out of it, man. Let's do one more drift here. 10 feet. Ooh, had a bite. There's a couple fish circling this piling here. Surprised I didn't get a couple more bites there. Sometimes vertical just doesn't do it, man. They want that skipping, especially in an area like this. Come on, whistle fish. I want one more fish before we wrap it up. Nope. That's what I found. That's my whistle fish. Get what you deserve. Getting greedy there. Let me see. It's great. This is a great way to determine if this is going to make a difference, right? So I made like 2 casts. Nothing stuck with that, but just added that Procure blue crab. Let's see if we get a bite right away doing that. 12 feet of water. Had a bite. Didn't stick him. Hey, there you go. Proof is in the pudding. You want to catch more grunts, you're going to need more Procure. A little bit of scent does make a difference, man. It does. You don't think it does sometimes, but it actually does in my opinion. All right, I had enough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Talked about Metallica. Talked about how I got in the Keys. I think my one day, you know, I don't know about owning a property here. I don't know if I'd survive here in the summer. That's probably where every local laughs at the tourists, right? I want to be here when the weather's nice, not when it's bad. You know, Carolinas is definitely a top too, but I'm sure this is another level of humid. But 4 or 5 months out of the year, I love it. So we kept ourselves a mangrove, a margate, and 1 yellow jack. Could have kept a couple more fish, so for a windy day, having some stuff to ourselves wasn't bad. We got started at 12 o'clock, I think. It's 3 o'clock now, somewhere around there. Check the video's description links, everything used. Hope it wasn't too boring, and catch you in the next video.